My name is Amy Gilbreth. I'm the Executive Director of the Found Animals Foundation in Los Angeles, and I'm here today to answer your questions about dog collars and supplies and accessories. So I've got my doggy model here to help me. The first kind of collar we're going to talk about is a buckle collar. These come in lots of different materials and colors, and you can see it's just a simple buckle closure. Now, what's great about these is that you can personalize them, everything from the bling we see here to different colors and patterns. They come in nylon, they come in leather. They're very versatile, and it's the basic collar that your dog should wear all the time. More importantly, what should be attached to this basic collar is not just a leash, it's identification tags. An ID tag with your name and phone number and address, as well as any rabies license tags required by your municipality, will make sure that your dog gets home to you quickly and safely if he or she ever gets out of your house or your yard, or if there's a natural disaster. So after that, we get into some slightly more fancy collars and harnesses. So the second one we want to talk about here is called a Martingale. This is a collar that's great for dogs who tend to back up and may even slip out of their collars. The reason is that the collar is loose when the dog is just wearing it or when there's no pressure, but when you attach the leash and there's any pulling, the collar tightens thanks to this mechanism here, and that keeps the pet in the collar. It doesn't tighten enough to choke the dog or cause any pain, just to keep them safe. So if you have a dog that likes to back out of collars, this Martingale style collar may be the collar for you. If you have a dog that pulls all the time to the point of choking themselves, you may want to consider a harness. So here we have a simple back snap harness. And the beauty of these is that you attach the leash here and it puts the pressure of the dog pulling on the dog's chest and torso versus the dog's neck. So if you have somebody who's a puller, you may want to consider this kind of harness. If you have somebody who's a puller though, you probably want to teach them not to pull on the leash. And there are a whole variety of products that you can use for that as well. I've got one example here. This is what's called a head halter. This goes on the dog's head, around their nose. There are several different styles, and it provides some gentle pressure when the dog starts pulling, which encourages the dog to stop pulling. There are also other harnesses and things that you can use to train a dog not to pull. One type of collar that I don't have here today is what's called a prong collar. You may have seen these. This is a professional training tool, and while it can be useful in some situations, we only recommend using prong collars if you're working in collaboration and under the supervision of a professional trainer. And of course, no collar would be complete without the leash to attach to it, and these two come in many materials, sizes, and colors. So you can personalize your collar and leash combinations for whatever you and your dog's personality like.